Hey everybody, it's Amy from YoSoBoho, and welcome to the Thursday night non-thrift haul. I'm actually going to take today's video and do some treasure hunting around the house. So I mentioned in the previous video that I would be creative with some content. I thought maybe I could show you some things that I've thrifted for my house and the bargains that they were, what I paid for them, and maybe what they're worth. This piece right here is a large metal piece. It's basically just wall art that we spotted in the front yard of a, somebody having a yard sale. And I originally went out to look at it and, saw how big and heavy it was. And they wanted maybe $30 or $40 for it, which is a great deal. But I hemmed and hawed, and then we left. And as we were driving around, I thought, man, that would make a really nice headboard. And so we went back, and it was towards the end of the day. So Irf jumped out and offered the guy $15, and he said, sure. So it's hard to see. Let me see if I can change the light a little bit. There we go. Just a nice metalwork piece. Even the frame is metal. It's very heavy, and I think it's going to be great for a future headboard. Right now it looks great on my sun porch. So so there it is. And I will show you a little clip here of the price tag, the price sticker, which is still on it. I'm going to focus. It doesn't know where to focus. Oh, there it is. Originally sold at, I think, the Pine Barn. Yeah, the Pine Tree Barn, which I don't remember exactly the location. I'll put it up on here, but we've been there. It's beautiful. I really like the metal. I mentioned many times I'm a metal and wood. It really kind of goes with this piece that I picked up years ago, probably maybe 10 or 12 years ago. I want to say I bought it at maybe a discount store or something. I just fell in love with it. It's a big kind of 3-fold piece that holds plants. I just have some random things in it, including this piece, which I picked up this pulley probably also around the same time, maybe 8 or 10 years ago. I wanted to turn this into a lamp, and I finally found a piece, this big bulb that I'm hanging from it. Just have to find the right location to hang that up, but I've always loved that. Again, big chunky metal. And then finally, over here, I wanted to share this beautiful bird cage that I found at an Abby Ann's right down the street. I'll share the information. It's not wanting to focus. There we go. I was with my sister, and she kind of pushed me to offer them a low price on this, and they took it. I think I spent $10, and I just love it. It, kind of makes this room. It's really nicely constructed. It's old. It's handmade. It's beautiful, and I love it, and I'm not going to part with it. So I'm not going to worry about the value. So let's go to another part of the house. Okay, so now we're in the living room, and this is my mantle. I have a few pieces on here that were thrifted. One you may remember is this painting. I found that probably 3 months ago. It is a signed original, and this is where it lives right now. But the most exciting find is this clock right here. I found it in my favorite local Goodwill. And I don't know a thing about clocks. I just know when I saw it and picked it up that it was quality. I didn't even know anything about Howard Miller at the time, but when you see something like this and you feel it and the weight, you just kind of know. So I picked it up and I put it in my cart, and right while I was in Goodwill, I looked it up. In fact, there underneath, I'm not gonna tilt it up, but underneath there's a serial number sticker still on it. So I lifted it up and I entered the serial number, and the Howard Miller website came up with this clock, and I'll share it with you. I about had a heart attack. I left it in the cart, and I think I immediately went to the checkout because I thought somebody's gonna catch me. So it was one of those things that I kind of got a little warm and thought, whoa, who didn't look this up? And I brought it home. It chimes every 15 minutes. We have fallen in love with that sound in the house, so I'm not sure it's gonna go anywhere soon. The amazing thing about it is I left this on here. They had marked it $7, and on that day, and I don't know why, just because it makes the story better, but I had a 35% off coupon. So this with whatever else was in my cart, I got it 35% off. So I actually, this was a huge score, and I love it. And then there's really, some of these pieces are thrifted, but most of these pieces are my collection that was handed down from my grandmother. So, but there are a couple in here. This piece, maybe you remember, with the chrome bottom, that was a piece that I found at a Goodwill, and that's a rare piece. It's made by Viking. I put it up on a Facebook forum, and somebody pointed it out and told me what catalog page it was from, and everybody was, thrilled that I had found that. And then I have some more glass over there. I would like some nice big pieces, but they've become so popular. Oh, this one was thrifted. This little pink one right here in front. That one was thrifted, I would say, yeah, sometime maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So that was an exciting find because it's also a little more rare. Viking. This I also thrifted, actually. This bird right here is a horn. It's one piece. It was a big, like, buffalo horn that was carved. Yeah, I found him at one of the Village discount outlets years ago, and I just thought he was too neat not to bring home. I think I paid $20 for him. You can find these on eBay. I'll put some up here to show you their value. I would love to have a little collection of them, but you can tell I collect enough. I collect enough stuff. So, okay, let's move on. Okay, so now we're in a nice little built-in I have. It's in the corner of my dining room. And this second shelf here is a set of china that I bought at auction. 2 boxes. I paid $5. And when this came up and they pulled out just a plate, one of these plates, and they said there's 2 boxes of this. We don't know what's in here. We don't know anything about it. As far as we can tell, maybe it's unopened. We don't know if there's any damage to anything in the box, but, and they started the bidding. And I ended up with the 2 boxes for $5 and came home and pulled everything out and about flipped out because there was not a crack, chip, no damage. I think somebody probably got it for a wedding gift and never took it out of the box. They were still separated by all the old pieces of cardboard. And this is probably, I want to say, mid-century, 50s, 60s, made in Japan. I have one of the platters here so you can see the mark here. I can look up, some more information on it. I know originally when we looked it up, a place setting was about $125 per place setting, and we have 12. I actually think they have an extra plate, like 13 plates in case one was broken. And then all the accessories. So this platter itself is a nice big round platter and sells on replacements.com for about $40. And then things like this, like the creamers, like 20, and this sugar bowl is probably 20. And there's a veggie bowl. Oh, yep, a veggie bowl here that again is, I don't know, $30 or something like that. Has bowls and salad plates, cups and saucers, and just beautiful. I loved it for its simplicity. Yet, you know, I would never buy something like this for myself because we're looking at, I mean, if you even did the math at $125 per place setting, $1,500 just for the place settings. So, and then some, you know, accessories. I mean, probably $1,600 plus worth of, you know, good china. So something I wouldn't do for myself. Here, I was able to put china in my china cabinet, and we do use this. I love entertaining and bringing this out. We hosted this past year, Thanksgiving, we used the china, so it gets used. I believe that it shouldn't just sit there. And I guess when you only spend $5 on it, it's easy to say that. But these pieces up here were also thrifted. I think I showed you these pieces. These are Westmoreland milk glass with open lace. And this piece, a couple at the auction had bought a box lot and turned around and said, "Do you want this bowl?" I said, "Sure." And it ended up in here because I had this kind of like red, white, and blue thing happening. That's now interrupted by my beautiful bird. But I said, "Sure," and ended up running into these two candlesticks at my Goodwill. So I now have like a console set, which is really cool. That piece right there came from an auction. That's a Fostoria. Actually, it's stacked on a bowl, but this piece right here, this lidded candy dish, is a piece of Fostoria glass. I can get into some of these glasses a little bit more in another video, but just kind of fun to show you. I also have a little collection. This is really stacked in here. Some of this stuff has to go. Actually, I'm going to list these Sango pieces, but like this is a little stack of Nippon, all hand painted, that I love. Noritake and Nippon from Japan. Some of these have actual like 3D. This one I love. So it has this moriage, which is a raised decoration on it. Does have a little chippy right there. But what I love about it is this is all 3D. These nuts in the bottom of the bowl here. So really cool. This is green label Nippon. So I can also, you know, get into a little bit of history on this. This is a nice older piece, has some value. I found this in the bottom of a box at an auction. Didn't even know it was in there. I think I paid $1 for the whole box. So if you get out there and, you know, sometimes you even get surprised by pieces. And this is why I started reselling, because I would find stuff like this. You know, this little collection. At some point, I think all of these will be ready to sell. So, one more thing. I found this at an estate sale. I paid $5 for it. It is a old coffee grinder. Let me see if I can focus on this. There we go. So I'll put one up on screen. I have found these on eBay. They sell for good money. So I was surprised by that. I just liked the way it looked. I thought maybe it was a reproduction because the estate sale we were at was kind of at a newer home. And I thought maybe it was just like a model home with, you know, somebody had decorated it with some old things. But this truly is an old piece. And it has a really good smell. It smells like coffee. So, all right. Moving along. And finally, let's end in the living room with this guy. Now, I know I just told you that I don't know anything about clocks when I showed off my mantle clock, but this amazing cuckoo clock came up at auction, and I believe I got it for under $50. I will add some pictures and information, but when we originally got it, I looked up some comps that were between $600 and $800. So I don't usually have this running. If anybody has a cuckoo clock, you know that getting the timing right and keeping it on track is difficult. So, but what I can do, let's see if this will work. So pretty cool when it's running, and sometimes we'll actually set it, keep it running while we're sitting here, just because it's cool, even though it doesn't keep the best time. So, and he's missing an ear. It's the only thing that's wrong with it. Maybe in all my free time I can carve him up one. I could create something maybe to echo that, but from this side of the room, no one even knows. So, all right, that's it. That's all my treasures at home. Okay, not all. Maybe I can make another video and share some more, but let's end here, and I wish everybody well. I hope everybody's doing good, staying at home, washing your hands. Lots of love. Talk to you next time.